Today, I'm going to talk to you guys about how I make custom names for my world building and how you can apply that to your own ideas, your own world, and your own objects. It can be for people, it can be for pets, it can be for inanimate objects, or it can be for anything that is a concept to you and that you want to conceptualize into an idea. So, let's get right into that. Okay, first of all, let me ask you a question. Do you often struggle with naming stuff? Because for me, I absolutely do. And when it comes to naming conventions, I am very weak when it comes to naming sediments. So, rocks, gemstones, jewelry, crystals, magic crystals, and any of the sort that falls into that category. And I have developed a unique equation, a unique format on how I can improve that. And I hope that this can help you too on how you can formulate your own ideas. So let's zoom out here onto our canvas, and I'm going to leave the equation here on the screen. This is broken up into three parts, which I made myself, and when combined, it equals that new name for your object. The first part of this equation is the color of the object, so what it looks like and how it's shaped like. The second part is the material, so what it's made out of. And the third part is that it ends in rock or it has suffixes that sound like rock. So what I mean is that it have a name like granite, so in the end of that name it has ite, so that's the suffix of the name. There's also lyte, which is a new type of suffix that I made myself. It can also end in or, gemstone, or stone. So anything that just sounds like it's made to be a rock or a crystal. And when you combine these three parts into one, it'll equal your new name for your new concept. Now, I have a list here on my side of the screen, and I'm gonna pick one name out to dissect it and break it down on how I made it. So let's get right into that. So here I have our 5 examples of names that I made using the equation from before. The first one is vermilionite crystal, color, which is vermilion, ite, which is the suffix for a rock. If you want, you can skip option 2 of the equation, but it doesn't really matter as long as it gets the point. So, vermilionite crystal, pretty self explanatory, right? The second one is crimsonite stone, which is again the same convention from number 1, with crimson being the shade of red, ite at the end, and stone as the second part of its name, so crimsonite stone. The third one is greystone, which is again the same concept, the same uh, convention of 1 and 2, so color and stone. The third one is diamonella gem. However, even though it doesn't use the equation from before, it is a feminized version of the name diamond. So diamond is pretty popular gem for and jewelry for women. So if you feminize the word diamond into diamondella and add the name gem behind it, well, in front of it, and smack it together, you get diamondella gem, which is again pretty self-explanatory. The last one is black moss gem, which is a pretty unique name that I made. Black being the color, and moss is something that you can find on water where it's green, but instead the color of it is black. So, object, color, material, black moss, and then gem, which is the name of it. Combine it together, and you get black moss gem, which is the new name of this new gem that I have. Let's try something a little bit harder to dissect. So, wordplay and rhymes are pretty cool to make when it comes to custom ideas and names, and I have some examples here on the screen that I want to share. So, let's go back into canvas mode real quick. So, crystal, this word that I just made up is from the word crystal. It's a play on word and it's pretty snazzy, right? I just took off that C in the beginning and replaced it with G and H, and what you can tell spells crystal. It sounds like crystal because of the end, but the beginning is entirely different. I did this convention and misspelling for my book's title, which is Hybrids. I swapped the Y and the I from the beginning around and turned it into hybrids, which sounds the same but just is spelled differently. You can do that for your book title or for an idea or a concept within your world building. Another example I have is oxygen, which is another play on words for oxygen, which has an M at the end. And it's pretty fun on what you can do and how you can do this with different words and letters in different names. And there's also this one that I have here. It's called onyx gem, which is still a play on word for oxygen because it has the same letters, it's just spelled differently. And you can do a lot of different stuff. I will say this again, you don't need to use my equation for this for a lot of different stuff, but as long as it gets to point to your subject and your core theme for your idea and concept, then it will work. Ultimately, it's down to you on how you make your names. You don't exactly have to follow this video, but if you want to, that's fine. You can just take my format and equation and turn it into something for yourself. For me at least, it's what helped me make names. I will have another video out on how you can make names for your characters, so keep a lookout for that. And with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe, comment down below on what you want to see next, and like the video and share it to those who are into world building or writing. And I hope this inspires you to make your own stuff. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.